We are looking at page 28 of word work, and it should look something like this. Make sure you do write your name at the top. And we are going to look at y plus endings. Over here it says y plus endings. And y plus endings, well, at this point we are going to learn how to change our y endings to ER and EST, to ER, which makes the sound and EST, which makes the sound est. So let's look at our three cats. We have our cat that is fluffy. We have our cat that is fluffier. And we have our cat that is fluffiest. Do we see how our Y changed to an ER, then changed to an EST at the end? We have fluffy, fluffier, fluffiest. So what sound does the Y make in fluffy? It has the E sound, the long E sound. And in fluffier, that I right there, that red I, has the long E sound. And then in fluffiest, fluffy, that I there has the long E sound. We're not getting rid of the long E. We're keeping the long E in each word. We have fluffy, fluffier, then fluffiest. The only difference is that we are changing the Y into an I when we add ER or when we add EST. So repeat after me. We are changing the Y to an I when we add ER or add EST. Let's say it again. We are changing the Y to an I when we add ER or add EST. That is the rule we're going to keep in our mind. So we have fluffy, fluffier, and fluffiest. So for number 1, let's go ahead and trace the word hungry. We have our ending Y, which has the long E ending, hungry, long E. And if we do trace it, we should be able to see that we are tracing our Y. And when we're done with number 1, we could go to number 2. Now, number 2 has the same beginning. We see that it still has the beginning of hungry, hunger. And then we change the Y to an I. How do I end that? Change the Y to an I and add ER. Add ER. Go ahead and trace it on your book. Then we look at our next one, number 3. We still have hungry or hunger. Change the Y to an I. And then we add EST. EST. Sorry, my tracing isn't going to be the best since I'm not using a real pencil. Go ahead and work on numbers 4, 5, and 6, remembering that you change your Y to an I and add ER, or change your Y to an I and add EST.